Oh, buy cigarettes for you.
What do you mean?
I'm going to buy red pens and blue pens.
What, that red pens and...
You're just like me. The chief orders you that. You can't tell me what to do.
Oh, can't I? All right, just for that, I'm going straight to the governor and tell her all about you. Right? I'd like to make an application to see the governor, please.
Heaver, Lily. Application to see the governor. Heaver?
What is it this time, Lily?
Nothing, really. Only want to see you, kind of in private.
Why?
Well, I know I've been a trouble to you in the past, and I just want to see you and apologise.
I'm glad to hear it.
I only want to say that I will work harder and try to behave better in future.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Robinson?
I let you off, didn't I? I said to the governor, I said, there's things I could tell you about Nora, but I'd rather not, this time. And she said, that's all right, Lily, so long as you look after her. I want you to keep an eye on her.
Well, we know by the north wing that it's technically possible. And filling in this floor will give us another 1,000 square feet for classes and free association.
Have you thought of the inconvenience and overcrowding while the work's going on?
Well, it would mean doubling up for a few weeks, but the advantages to be gained would surely be worth that.
Shouldn't take too long, one wing at a time.
Well, as you know, Governor, like Mrs. Armitage, I have strong reservations.
Nothing has been decided yet, Miss Parrish. In any case, it may not even be possible.
Nora, you can't carry all that. Good day, madam.
Lily?
Come on, haven't got all day. None of that now, Lily.
I know you think I interfere, Miss Harker, but I am concerned about that girl Nora.
I don't know why you go on about her, Chief. She's quiet and well behaved.
The canteen supervisor told me that Nora spent all her pay this week on cigarettes.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, she always buys things to draw with. She's never bought cigarettes before.
Oh, look, Chief, as you well know, cigarettes are a kind of money in the nick. Maybe she wants to trade them for something.
I don't think so. I believe she's given them to Lily Heaver.
Well, you think there's some sort of intimidation?
I would say it was possible. It's just a feeling.
Oh, very well, Chief. I've no evidence myself, so I won't recommend a transfer, but I've no objection to you speaking to the governor.
Thank you.
I think the assistant governor's in a better position to know if anything is really wrong.
It isn't only the cigarettes.
But you say you have no proof.
It's just a feeling. The girl seems beaten, depressed.
I'd noticed that. I'd have considered transferring her to an open prison if her sentence had been long enough.
We could transfer her internally, madam.
Aren't you making a little too much of this, Mrs. Armitage?
It's a question of influence. That woman Heaver is bad for her.
Yes, and Nora sees too much of her. She's very impressionable.
We don't even know if the girl would like to move.
Well, there's one way to find out.
Somewhere else?
Yes, we could move you to another wing, to a cell of your own if you choose.
Leave here? Oh, please.
Is there something wrong, Nora? Anything you want to tell me? Very well. Report to the principal officer. We'll get you moved straight away. Will you arrange it, Mrs. Armitage?
Very good, madam. Come this way.
Well, at least Mrs. Armitage didn't say I told you so. Oh, I wish she wasn't always right.
Oh, she's not always, but she has a feeling for things. That's why she's chief officer.
Yes.
You may disagree with her opinions, but it would be very unwise to distrust her instincts.
We may have solved one problem, Governor, but that one's going to get worse unless we do something.
Yes.
If If only there was some way to reach her.
Here you are.
Is it just me?
Yes, you're on your own. Now, this is a quiet wing. I won't tolerate noise, bad language, or bad behaviour. So you obey the rules, keep your person and your cell clean and tidy, and we'll get along fine.
Yes.
Go. Oh, that's very pretty. I didn't know you were an artist. You must do one for me sometime. Very pretty in here when you get some of those up.
You are welcome.
Thank you. I hadn't realized that your home was part of the church, Mr. Atanga.
I live and labor in the house of the Lord.
Yes. Well, you know why I'm here.
It is about my niece.
Yes.
Do sit down.
Thank you.
Has Peggy been causing more trouble?
No.
Ha! I am relieved to hear it.
I don't know how much Miss Clark has told you.
The facts, as I asked her.
Perhaps not the background. Peggy has very strong feelings of guilt,
She has behaved wrongly.
strictly according to law. But I believe she didn't so much neglect her children as to find herself totally incapable of providing for them.
She had only to come to me.
I think she was too proud. Peggy has no real idea how to look after babies. She found herself destitute in a strange country. Her husband had deserted her.
I advised her against marrying this man, though she would not listen. My niece is from a small village near Lagos, Mrs. Bosworth. I paid for her to come here to help me with the work of the parish. My wife is not very strong.
I see.
It was a vain hope. Peggy had no taste for the work. She ran after pleasure. Within a few months, she met this man, a merchant seaman, and married him against my wishes. In all the time they were married, she saw very little of him. Within 2 years, it was clear to me that he had deserted her, leaving her with 2 small children.
Doesn't she deserve compassion?
Compassion is for the contrite and the obedient, not for the proud and willful. Ah, my wife, Mrs. Boswell.
How do you do?
I thank you for what you have done for Peggy. You are the only one who has been kind to her.
It's not hard, Mrs. Atanga. I'd hoped to see the children.
They are sleeping.
Are they both well?
Yes. Though the little one misses his mother very much.
I will not allow the children to see their mother while she is in prison.
It is while she is in prison that she needs them most. All she has to cling to is her love for them. Her guilt comes from the fear that she ill-treated them through ignorance and that she's lost them.
They are my responsibility now.
I cannot believe that a man like you, whose religion is love, can deny her the right to her own children.
If she can prove that she's still worthy of them,
She is proving that every day. But every day she's away from them makes it more difficult for her and for them.
That's what I say.
And it's true. A baby doesn't know that its mother is in prison, but it knows that she's gone. None of us can imagine the pain and bewilderment that causes.